In April, voters approved the Platte County School District tax levy. The new increase will bring multiple improvements and structures to the district, but the ballot had been changed between 2012, when the proposal went from a 60-cent increase to a 43-cent increase in 2015. Due to narrowing the objectives of the tax levy, components were left out of the 2015 ballot, including a much-desired usable tennis court facility, something non-existent in Platte County.
Even I must admit that something like a tennis court facility is a want, not a need. That being said, I'm a big supporter of the tennis program. We've been successful. It's been fun to watch our success in that program, in spite of our facility challenges.
The existing courts at the Platte City campus that are used every day for practice are not something anyone is proud of.
Sometimes you're playing and the ball hits a crack and it goes flying other places. We have lines that aren't even, straight down the court.
I know through one of the service boxes there's just a huge crack, so you have to be wary that it may bounce differently than how it would on a normal court, so you have to adjust to that.
The tennis courts located on campus are definitely not in the best shape. I'd say it'd probably be better to play tennis in the parking lot. You can definitely see the lines better. There's big cracks in them and there's weeds going up through them. You can never really tell when the ball's in, when the ball's out. The net's at least 6 inches lower than it's supposed to be.
I have never seen tennis played on courts as bad as what we have. I've seen courts as bad as what we have, and there was no tennis played on those. Those courts were parking lots.
While the varsity does get to use the Seven Bridges facility, it is limited in its amount of practice time and is not in tip-top shape.
Seven Bridges is really, really good. We should be really thankful that we at least have those.
Thus being said, the tennis team has found themselves very successful.
Just in terms of the last 5 or 6 years, both teams have had a lot of success, multiple conference titles. I think the girls team right now has won something like 25 conference matches in a row.
Despite the success, Platte County lacks something many other schools have.
The facilities not only prevent us from actually having full-length practices, but it also prevents us from having home matches.
Some of the schools do, for senior night, special things for their seniors. Our seniors have never had that. In 7 years, our seniors haven't had one senior night.
If we had our own courts, we'd have home court advantage and we could have a bunch of fans.
Right now, the team takes as many as 3 long bus rides a week, which can be rather exhausting. They travel to other facilities such as Winnetonka's 8-court complex. The tennis program knows they would like to have something like what Winnetonka has, and progress is being made despite the district not being able to fund a tennis facility.
We applied for a $40,000 grant through the Parks and Rec Outreach Grant Program, and were successful in attaining that grant. We also have, I want to say, about $250,000 in total in grant applications pending.
A tennis facility would mean a lot more for the tennis program.
These kids to be able to play at home, to be able to practice together, to be able to practice on courts that were decent courts with no cracks and decent nets and lines that all match up.
While there are big hopes for the tennis program,
I would love to tell you that we could, go in and raise the funds and put in an 8-court facility that, the tennis court or the tennis team would love. Coach Keith and Coach Nutt would be able to do everything that they need to do from a coaching perspective. The likelihood of that happening right away is not great.
With applications for grants pending, Platte County will see what the future holds for funds up to $500,000 needed to construct even a 4-court tennis facility. Reporting for PCTV News, I'm Nick Bartelli.